Here's my CRF300 Rally. I'm going to be putting on a top box mounting plate. So I have a CRF only top box, or what do you call it, rear rack. And this mounting plate is a Shad, the brand Shad, SHAD, Shad. Right, so I've used this for basically my for commuting, and I've had this box on several different bikes. I actually have two of these plates. I have a plate here on my CRF, and I have another plate here on my Zero. So this is how the Zero is mounted. The Zero also has a rack underneath here as well, but the Shad, it comes with these little plastic blocks that actually fits into these holes here. And I actually drilled into the rack itself because none of the holes lined up. So that's how that one's mounted. So I'm not gonna go this route. The other Shad, they have different mounting options. So that's one option. The other option here is with these brackets right here, these little U-shaped brackets. So you see how here you have the little square holes, and here you have the slots. So those red blocks that you saw on this bike on my Zero, that's these little red blocks fits into the hole like that, like so. But these ones right here, these little U mounts, they fit onto the slots like so, and you see the hole, and it lines up with the slots and such, right? So I actually found some holes that actually lined up, not quite perfect, but pretty close with the CRF rack. So basically, it's trying to drop all those bolts. It's this hole here and this hole here. So these two holes, and I'm mounting it up more forward on the bike because I don't want weight towards the back. Weight towards the back affects performance and how in the quality of the ride and such. So you can see here, that's the front hole right there. Another front hole right there. So that lines up. And the back hole is right there, so doesn't quite line up. It's slightly off center, but I think I could, between the back hole, right, between the back hole and the front hole, I think I could kind of wiggle a little bit, just cut off slightly at the ends of the holes, and I have enough to fit the bolt through. That's all I need. So for sure, I'm gonna be using these U brackets. And I need to go get some different bolts, because these are the bolts that they came with actually. Because this is how it has set up, or how it has set up before on my other bike, on my Super Cub. So the U bracket go through, and this bracket right here mounts underneath the rack like that. So that way it hooks onto. But this one, I'm not gonna do that because I have the, actually I could still do that. I could actually still mount this underneath. I want to, that way I don't have to go buy bolts. But I still think this bolt right here is too long though. So because I might still do have to go buy some bolts. If I do buy some bolts, then I probably won't be using this right here to mount onto the bottom of the tubing here. That's extra parts. No need to have extra parts. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I think I have to go buy some bolts. I don't see these ones really working very well. Or these ones are just too long. Yeah, so that's how that's gonna mount. And obviously I'm gonna use that top box again. I use the same, I only have one top box. I use this for all my bikes. That's the reason why I have multiple plates for different bikes. So this plate came off of my Super Cub. And how I set it on the bike itself, again, it's more forward. It barely kind of overlaps the rear of the seat, so I'm never gonna touch this right here. And when the top box mounts, once the top box mounts on, the top box is it comes straight up about somewhere, like either right here or right here. It might just barely overhang this, maybe a quarter inch or something like that. So I won't ever touch this. So even if I have a backpack on, which I don't ride with a backpack, I can't take it. Even if I did have like a camelback, I think I still would have some clearance right here. But so this box here I use it for commuting. For commuting, a solid top box is more convenient. if I were to say travel, and especially going on dirt roads and such, I would not want to use a hard box. I want to stick to a soft bag, dry bags, because when you crash, a soft bag hits you, chances are you won't really get hurt. But if it's a hard box and it hits you, you could get injured like that. You could get hurt. So that's the reason why I'm against that for riding on on dirt. So this bike's gonna be, I'm probably gonna be moving soon, so I won't have space anymore. So I'm probably gonna be get rid of the Zero soon. I mean, I want to keep it, but I just don't have space when I move. And I don't necessarily have the funds to keep it either. I mean, it's actually cheaper for me to keep this than it is to than the CRF. Just the gas price alone, in savings and gas price alone is a lot. It adds up quite a bit. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And the reason why is, this is the best commuter bike I've ever had, but that's all it could do though, because you can't go very far, right? So it's limited to commuting duties only and riding around town only. And I want to be able to have a bike that I could do a 200-mile day ride or 300-mile day ride, or take a long weekend ride, like maybe a 1,000-mile long weekend, over 3 days or something like that. And you can't do that with that bike, with the Zero. But and I could do it with this, and that's what I want to do with this. So in those instances where I'm actually traveling and stuff, and I'm gonna do dirt, I'm gonna take this rack off and put on the soft bag. Actually, I might not even take off this rack. I might just, or the plate. I might just leave the plate on, take the box off, and just put my dry bag right on top of this, because this is a wider base, so it's a little bit, gives me a little bit more, a bigger footprint to keep the dry bag sturdy. But at the same time, it's kind of high though. It's higher up. I would rather be at lower, and I could put the dry bag lengthwise instead of sideways. I do lengthwise this way, so that way it stays more narrow. I could overlap probably about right here, so that much space from here to here. But who knows? We'll see how it goes when I actually will go and travel. But for now, this I'm doing this for commuting, so this is going to be my new commuter bike, I think. Because I definitely don't want to ride my monkey, and I don't want to ride my trail. For sure, I don't want to ride my trail. And the monkey, I might ride the monkey, but the problem with the monkey is that it can't carry nothing. So I want to be able to carry stuff. That's why I have this. I'm putting this on for commuting. All right. So next time you see me or see this next clip, I will have gone to the hardware store and got shorter bolts. Actually, I could probably reuse these one. I could probably cut these down. No, I better not. I better leave these, because in the future, if I have put this on a different bike or something, I could still have the bolts, and I could reuse the bolts.